Well, look about, ooh wee.
We used to do the pod on the stage of the old venue before we moved.
Oh, right, yeah.
But since we moved here, our neighbours are doing some construction work upstairs on they're building a museum up there. And so we can't do it in the venue because during the day it's loud.
Lots of banging and jazz music.
They do love jazz music.
Very, very, very loud jazz music.
I was watching jazz music last night on telly. Yeah.
What?
I was just flicking through the channels and I got to a channel that was playing jazz and I thought, I hate jazz. I'll give this a go. And then I sort of appreciated it because they were all doing their own thing. They were sort of getting to a point where they're improvising and then they're doing it. But, nothing's as good as just writing it.
An actual song.
Yeah, just write a song. Innit?
That's good and has consistency.
And just making it up.
Yeah.
Instead of all these tempo changes, the guy on the piano started, he was just banging the piano and you kind of go, it's good, and then it went on too long.
Yeah. You can see that they must be enjoying it. I can imagine.
Oh,
it being fun.
They're enjoying it. Think about the fucking audience for a change, isn't it, guys? Yeah. Jesus Christ.
No, it's not about the audience.
Where'd you stand on drum solos?
Drum solos, they can be the worst, can't they?
I agree.
I agree. I fucking hate them. I hate any solos, actually.
The's a band called Whitesnake. I don't know if you've heard of Whitesnake from the 70s and the 80s, and I've been to see them, and the lead singer, David Coverdale, he hasn't got the range that he used to have. So they'll do a few songs, and then he'll leave the stage.
Needs a wee break.
And then there's a 10-minute dueling guitar solo, and then there's a fucking 10-minute drum solo.
Too many minutes.
And they're only doing a 45-minute set, and it's just they've got 20-minute solos. It's that's a struggle.
Fair enough if he doesn't have the range, but come up with a different solution to that.
Well, yeah, absolutely, and fucking end on a good one. I think they ended on a song called "Heat of the Night," and the chorus for "Heat of the Night" is "It's the heat of the night, the heat of the night, the heat of the night, the heat of the night." And you're that's you can't close with that.
But what's the biggest Whitesnake song?
Here I go again.
Here I go again on my own. Down the old road I never know. Like a twister, I was born to walk alone. Down, down, down. But I made up my mind.
I ain't wasting no more time.
'Cause here I go again. I don't know that song. Yeah.
Sing the rest.
Here I go again on my own.
So they don't close with that. I think it's wild.
No, they don't close with it, and you kind of go, "Why the fuck aren't they closing
nobody else
on
is
that?"
here for anything else.
The heat of the night. That's not a chorus.
Yeah, that's that. Yeah.
We haven't introduced our guest.
Welcome to the pod.
Nick
And
Helm.
we're off.
Yeah.
Hello.
So good to have you.
Nicholas Helm, welcome.
I am welcomed. It's lovely to be here. So
You
many
literally
of
just
you.
arrived.
We
Yeah,
got
there is
out
so
of the car and then we got here, had a wee. You left the room for me to have a wee.
That was polite.
We didn't leave the room in tangent.
Even though there was an extra room for the wee, but you
Oh, you're just going to wee in the car now?
well, when you left, I thought I'll just wee on the carpet.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've upgraded in the new venue to have a toilet in the
Yeah, the old venue had no toilet, and it was much to the chagrin of the comedians.
Yeah.
Did
Did
it not have a toilet?
No.
Well,
Not
we did have a
in
toilet,
the
but not private for the acts.
Well, there's not one in Newcastle either yesterday.
Their green room is very small.
The green room is tiny.
Yeah.
They're actually-
I mean, not that this is huge.
But they're the biggest stand venue,
Yes.
and they've got the smallest green room.
Yes.
And then Edinburgh, the smallest stand,
Have a huge
have a
green room.
humongous green room.
Yeah.
It's palatial.
Oh, yeah, they do as
Their
well,
green
don't they?
room,
And they
but
got an upstairs as well.
The offices are upstairs.
Yeah, that's where I go for my wees.
Yeah. That's a good toilet. I like that.
It is a good
I feel
toilet.
at home there.
What,
Yeah.
the upstairs toilet at the,
The
stand?
office toilet,
It's, a,
yeah.
it's a nice toilet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
More of an office. than-
You
Yeah.
can tell where the head hegians are when they put the
Yeah.
nice toilet upstairs in the
Nice
office.
toilet upstairs.
Exactly.
The
Always
bad
stocked
toilet
up.
right down in the cellar.
Yeah.
That's the
There's a real
public
upstairs
toilet.
downstairs vibe at that place.
There's a place called Rosie's in Birmingham, is it? In Birmingham? That has the worst green room.
Really?
Oh,
And because I wear lots of costumes and stuff, I wear
Nice.
sparkly hot pants and stuff.
Hell
So
yeah.
I can't go out in front of the audience, even if I wanted to.
Sure.
I couldn't go out in front of the audience anyway. So we're in this tiny little green room. There's a toilet in the green room, but I opened it, and I'm not joking. It was like the toilet at a train spot.
Oh no!
It was
With a baby
Like
in it.
never
The baby's not in the toilet, he's on the ceiling. Well,
it was just sort of like, and it said, don't use the toilet, it's out of order. And you go in, you go, oh my God, that is the worst toilet I've ever seen. So I ended up pissing in a plastic bottle.
No,
Well,
you should
needs
not do
must.
that. That's so bad.
Like literally, I was on stage. I was just about to go on stage. I pissed in a bottle and then went on stage, and then I came off, and then we got on with our lives. And about 3 weeks later, I was like, "What's this bottle in the back of my bag?"
Oh
And I
no!
picked up this bottle 3 weeks later with my own urine. It was my urine,
Still
Oh,
warm.
well, that's fine. Still warm. That's impressive.
That's what I heard.
still warm. It was fizzing as well. Yeah.
Oh god!
Where's the best green room
The best green room. Oh,
on
what
the
is-
comedy circuit?
Well, I think the green room in Leeds in
Glee?
the Glee in Leeds.
Nice.
We just did that. That's the new venue. That's got a lovely green room.
Nice.
It does. It does. What was wrong with it? There was something wrong. There was something wrong with it. But that's a really nice green room. Yeah.
That's
What makes for a good green room?
You just need a toilet, basically. You need a
Yeah.
toilet and a chair. And that's all you
Yes.
need.
That's
That's all
we've
you
got
need.
yeah,
We're
two
nailing
We got loads of
ticks.
chairs.
We've got too many chairs. If
Yeah, we
anything,
really
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
Couple were runneth with chairs.
yeah.
I'm fairly low maintenance though. And
Do you ever ask for anything on your rider?
No.
Would you like to?
No,
Is it
not
something you're
really.
like, oh, I wish I'd asked
no,
for that?
not really. I mean, I like energy drinks because I don't really eat in the day, and so I just have like a shot of sugar before I go on stage. But but
That's
I wouldn't
hardcore.
require that from anyone. If not,
Yeah.
I'll just have a full fat Coke, please.
Would you
Or
also
a cola?
have
A cola.
a cola? Yeah.
A cola on tap.
Yeah.
Cola on tap.
How'd you rate this cola?
It's lovely.
Lovely out of 10.
I'm a big cola fan. I like Pepsi. Pepsi, my favourite.
Okay.
But I used to work in a pub, and I just drink pints and pints and pints
I've
of
had to stop.
post mix. It's
Yeah.
the best.
Yeah.
It's better.
I had to limit
Yeah.
myself.
It's better than out of a bottle. It's better
Yeah.
than out of a
It's so
can
good.
post
Yeah.
mix. And what you do is if you just rock the
Yeah.
You
get
more
extra
syrup.
syrup. Yeah.
we know. Yeah.
Our assistant manager, Scott, I don't know if he still does this. He would come in on a Friday night and he'd bring he brought like a litre bottle, maybe a litre and a half.
Oh, yeah.
And he would just fill up with the post mix
Don't
before he
tell
went home.
Oh yeah.
I don't care. Do you like Scott? You earned it.
We're allowed as much of the post mix as we
That
like.
is true. When you're on
So-
shift, you can have as many drinks as you want from the
Yeah,
post
yeah.
mix.
It's when your boss comes along and says, "We're running a really long post mix," and none of it's gone through the till. What's going on?
I'm the boss and I don't care.
you can exchange post mix for amaretto. When I worked at the pub, they'd be like, "Oh, we're getting through this Disaronno, aren't we?" And I'm like, "Oh, yeah, no."
That's so cool. Yeah, no, I'm a big fan of post mix stuff. We've recently got blackcurrant cordial and lime cordial on the gun.
On the gun.
Yeah.
But the lime
That's
is like
beautiful.
nuclear green.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
looks poisonous. It's
I
class.
like that.
Yeah.
I like stuff that looks bad for
See
you.
the I know this is a visual thing, but the Jason Byrne poster just there.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
that
Oh, yeah,
color.
it's
It's
that
that color.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
It's real,
Lovely.
real neon
Like a
green.
bright
Yeah.
neon lime
Yeah.
green.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Well, make sure you sample it.
It's a lovely colour for a drink, but a disgusting colour for a poster. Jason.
All of these posters we've said before, they're not very good.
They predate graphic design, is what I think.
Yeah, graphic design wasn't
Yeah.
invented yet.
Yeah, yeah. It's good though, isn't it? It's
Yeah.
like a little museum.
It's a
Yeah.
very blue
Yeah.
picture of Fred Macaulay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very blue.
What year do you think that was?
Well, so
£7 and £6 a ticket.
it's got
Oh,
both
God.
stands on it, but it
That's-
doesn't have Newcastle.
That's
so
got to be like 95,
yeah.
right? Or no, late
No.
90s.
no.
maybe?
If it has stand
2000.
Glasgow, it has to be after the year 2001. So that's like 2002,
Okay.
2003 probably.
Yeah, all right. Yeah,
But yeah.
I'll buy that. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
How do you enjoy the process of creating posters for a show? Do
Yeah.
you,
How much of an input
your
do you
current
have?
one's quite 80s, like futuristic
Yeah.
vibes.
It took a lot of goes to get it.
Oh,
there.
yeah.
It was, and it also I wanted it to be completely different, but not completely different, but that idea, but different. On my last tour poster, we had sort of like this picture frame in the middle with an image of me there, and I was kind of like seeing it like I'd do 3 shows in a row, and they'd all have like an image in the middle, and I'd sell them as pin badges.
Cool.
And so we did the last one, and then this one was very much like, all right, I want a central image of me, and like in in a circle or something so that we can make it into a badge and then the rest of it. But yeah, like for me, it's like I come up with a title and then I come up with a blurb and then I come up with a poster and then we make the poster while I'm writing the show. And when did we do the poster? We did the poster, probably finished it in March, did the photo shoot in January or February. And then when you've got that, every time you get lost making the show, you just look back at the poster and you go, well, that's what I've promised.
Yeah.
So, you know, you got the title of the show and, it, you know, because you're writing a show.
Yeah.
And it's sort of like, what's the best way of writing a show? Is it like to go like a book and go like, I've got an idea for a show, so you write that show. But the way I do it is I collect all the material from that year and then I sort of massage it until it all fits together as a show. And yeah, just so like the material can be quite random, but then you always bring it back down to the title and the poster. And if you've got a really amazing poster, then it's kind of like, right, well, I've got to deliver that show.
Yeah. That's good. I like that.
Yeah.
So,
I suppose a lot of people's posters are just, you know, a picture of them because they maybe at the point that they make the poster haven't really got the show.
yeah, I
down.
think so. And
But then that is a different way of doing it.
but I kind of like, yeah, I mean, what you get a lot now is you get kind of vanity posters, which are just sort of like a nice image with the colour in the background.
Yeah.
I'm looking at Ivo Graham, but that's not what that is. That's not what that is. Yeah. So you get a lot of that now, but I've always had kind of like like an epic kind of big look to mine. But I think that might be slightly. I don't think it was ever in fashion. I think it's out of fashion at the moment. So I might do something else for my next poster. But
I think it's cool.
Trailblazer.
Yeah.
It's
And
good
it
to
means
have
you'll
something that
stand out.
more, yeah.
it does make them stand out. I was just, I was thinking that, maybe this poster wasn't working so well. The last poster was so good. I love this poster. Every time I have a poster, it's like, oh, that's my new favourite poster. Because I sell posters at the end of the show and it's kind of like, you want people to be able to like go, oh, I'll put that up on my wall. It's like a nice bit of artwork.
Yeah.
So yeah, I take it. I was going to say I take it really seriously. I don't take it that seriously, but I do love getting it all together.
No, but it's good to put the effort in though. You don't need to like I feel like if I ever made a poster of myself, I would make sure that it's sick.
Yeah.
Not just nice picture of me and colour in the background.
Sure.
No way.
These Rob Orton posters are brilliant.
I love
Yeah.
Rob posters.
So he's got his own thing. He's got his own logo for his name as well. That's great.
Yeah.
He's
it's
cool.
really
And every show that I've seen of, there's one behind me, I think.
It's behind me.
Yeah.
there's that one,
Every show that I've seen of Rob Orton's, I've cried like a little baby at the end because it's just so beautiful.
Yeah.
He's brilliant.
Yeah.
Love you, Rob.
Love you, Rob. He's not listening to this.
Like you, Rob.
Yeah. Look at this camera. Look at this camera.
we don't know each other that well. It's a bit much for me to say I love you, but
Yeah. I don't know him. I've met him twice, but I love him.
yeah. But
Yeah.
you appreciate him as
I appreciate his
artist
art.
as well.
Yeah.
Yes, which
Yeah.
I don't. No, I do really, Rob.
So when you said you come up with your poster in like January, like, do you whip your next show whilst you're on tour with the current one? Like when do you?
No, but I do have a quick turnaround, like because you have a lot of the American comedians, especially like maybe. Well, when I started 19 years ago, Jerry Seinfeld did this big thing where he burnt all of his old material.
Oh, sure, yeah.
So he did like a special where he did all of his material and then he burnt, the opening cold open for it was that they were having a funeral and all of his books were in the coffin and they were burying it. And you kind of like go, your special was an hour.
Like that's,
So you had
that's
an hour of
everything.
material.
And it's like, or maybe it was like an hour and a half, but
Yeah.
it's kind of like he made this big thing about burning his material. And it's like, if you're a British comedian, you get used to it's like a school year. So you start, you do exams in the summer, which is the Edinburgh Festival. And then in January, maybe you're kind of like, you're getting back to it. So maybe you've got a tour that's a hangover from that, or maybe that's what you were building up to. But basically, from like September or January onwards, you're thinking about the next year. So we're always just churning out shows. I've done a show nearly every year between 2001 and 2017. Maybe I did a show almost every year.
That's
Wow.
yeah.
Sometimes I did 4 shows.
What?
Not like solo shows, but I did a double act with Paul F. Taylor called Helm and Taylor. This is 2008. So I wrote a musical and I did a double act with Paul F. Taylor.
Cool.
And I did a comparing thing, and then I did my own gigs.
Mad.
That's so.
But it's great
Yeah.
because the worst part about gigging is the downtime. Even when I'm doing this show, it's like I do the first hour and it feels like it zips by for me. Not the audience. The audience really struggles. But the first half zips by, and then you've got to go in your dressing room for 20 minutes and just sit here waiting. You know, I change my costume, and
then you're just like,
when can we start?
do
again?
more.
I'm ready
Yeah.
to just do the rest of the show.
Yeah.
So, like with Edinburgh, it's like the first show I did was at midnight in 2001. It was a collection of plays. It was like 6-10 minute plays. To fill an hour, and we were on at midnight because that was the slot. My old school took a show up. I think they took up Midsummer Night's Dream, and with their afternoon slot, they got a free slot in the evening.
whoa.
Wow.
And they just said to me, "Do you want to fill the slot?" And I was at uni at the time, and so I filled the slot. But then you wait around
All day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
and I used to smoke a lot, like when I was 20, and so I'd smoke a pack of fags in the day, would do the show at midnight, and then afterwards we'd go out drinking and we'd smoke another pack of fags then, and it was just like fucking hell. But you're just waiting around all day. So when you have lots of things to do, you're on your feet all the time.
yeah,
yeah.
You don't realise, and at the end of the day, you'll look at your thing, and you've done 16 kilometres, and you're like, fucking hell, when did that come?
Yeah.
But yeah, just the waiting around is the worst part. So I
Yeah.
like being busy.
Yeah.
But then also, I think, I got diagnosed with bipolar and ADHD last year. So I think some of that is that I feel like when I'm not doing anything, I'm just like at a complete standstill. Can't even get myself moving.
Yeah.
But when I'm fucking busy,
Then it's
that's
like
like my
bang, bang, bang,
superpower.
bang,
You know,
bang.
bang,
Yeah.
bang,
Yeah,
bang.
yeah.
And so you just point me in the direction and I'll do
Yeah.
it. But
So it's either you're doing loads or you're doing nothing.
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. But
My-
I love doing loads.
Yeah.
Yeah. My friend said that if he has like 8 hours in a day and 9 hours worth of tasks, he will get it done. But if he has 8 hours in the day and 4 hours worth of things to do, he won't be able to get it done.
Interesting.
Like he needs to have
The pressure.
too much to
Yeah.
do and not enough time
right,
to have
yeah.
the pressure
Well,
of doing stuff. You
Yeah,
know?
absolutely. I lost my dissertation the night before it was due in at uni.
Lost it.
Oh man, do you want to hear this?
Yeah.
Did you rip up for roaches or something?
So this was way back in 2002
Yeah.
when you were born.
I was 12.
You were 12. Oh, well, there you go.
I was
1990.
4.
I was. Oh, not again.
Do you not know how old you were?
No, remember the time.
Wait,
when we had
you would
Red
have been
Badge
9. You would have been 9.
on? 8.
Okay. So
What's that? 93.
Yeah.
wait, I forgot what you said.
Same as Jurassic Park.
Great film.
Great film.
What film?
Jurassic Park.
Oh, nice.
1993. And
Nice.
Last Action Hero, but less loved.
Less good, but still fun.
Still a fun time, isn't it? If you can't come and see me, stay at home and watch Last Action Hero. So what you have to do is, I had one of them iMacs. You probably don't know it. It had like this coloured
Big.
shell
Yeah,
at the
yeah,
back,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
And it came with a CD-ROM. And so, we didn't have the internet. We didn't have the internet in our shared. What do we call it? It's not halls of residence. It was a house.
Accommodation?
Accommodation.
House.
House. Yeah, that's it. What do you call it though? Student house.
place where
Yeah,
Student house?
student housing.
Do you call that?
Could do.
So we're in this street called Stuart Crescent in Winchester, which really has nothing to do with the story, except for I could tell you another story, but anyway. So so what you'd have to do is you'd write a dissertation and then you'd burn it onto a CD, and then you'd take it into university, and
Print
then you'd upload it onto the thing, and then you'd re-edit it or something.
Okay.
When you were in the IT centre, which was open between this time and this time, and that was when you could use the internet, right? So you didn't have it all the time. You had like a 2-hour window a day to use the internet, right?
It's just reacting like this.
It's like the dark ages, right?
I remember getting the internet.
But, yeah, I remember getting the internet. Oh, where were you? Yeah.
That's
It's
good.
great.
Yeah.
It's great.
Sorry, you were saying?
So I wrote most of my dissertation. It had to be 10,000 words. I think I wrote 7,000 words. Took it into university to the IT centre to finish it off. Right, took it to the IT centre, put it on the computer. I rewrote the 7,000 words that I did, and then I wrote another I got up to about 12,000 words. And I wrote it, and I was just like, that's good, that's fine. I thought I was just going to do a quick edit. So I got there at like 7 o'clock the night before. And then I ended up being there until 9 o'clock in the morning, at which time there was a power cut. So
my God.
I was saving it. I was saving it all the way through, so it's all right. So we all go outside for a fag and some coffee while we're waiting for the internet to come back on, or the power to come back on in the IT centre. Go back in when the power's on. Go to upload my dissertation. It's not there. Right. What is there is the 7,000 words that I started with, right? Which are garbage, right? And I'm like, oh God, what's happened? So what's happened is because I've brought it in with a CD, it was saving on temporary files, and when there was a power cut, it just got rid of all the temporary files. So I'm sitting there going, what the fuck am I meant to do?
When was it
God,
due?
that day.
Oh, no.
And so I went into the.
I really invested in
I
this.
was just I was just like, I didn't have a meltdown. My body just shut down. I just like, don't know how to react about this.
Yeah.
So I went down to see my lecturers and I said, I can't give you my dissertation today because I lost it in the IT centre. They said, well, what have you got? I said, I've got about 7,000 words. They said, well, just hand that in. I said, I can't hand that in. I'm ashamed of it. So they said, all right, even I've had no sleep now for about 30 hours.
Yeah.
Right? They said, right, you've got 24 hours to hand in the finished dissertation. And I was like, right. And so I almost emotionlessly walked through the student union and everyone was celebrating.
Oh, no.
They were all like throwing peanuts in the air and just like, it was like, oh no. So I walked through the student union just like, and I went home and I went to bed for 2 hours and then I got up and then I rewrote my dissertation overnight and I handed it in and I got a first.
Well done.
That's a great
That's
story.
amazing.
Bonkers, right?
Yeah.
But that is my gift. Right, and if I was going to say if I'd had months, but I did. I had a year, and I left it till the night before.
Yeah.
And it was
I'm like that as well.
Yeah.
Yes,
I've never.
that was
I
bonkers.
can't really do anything unless it's under pressure. Like I can't.
Yeah.
If I had a month to do something, I would do it in the last.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you were like saying that if he had 9 hours of work and 8 hours,
Yeah.
if I have to fill in the forms,
Yeah.
right, which takes 20 minutes,
Yeah.
it will take me 8 months, and then I'll do it,
And
you know,
it's-
2 days late,
Yeah.
and then I'll hand it in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think the one that you eventually submitted was better
Yeah.
than what you would have submitted if you hadn't lost
Absolutely.
it?
Wow.
Absolutely.
Well,
It
there you
was-
go.
It was better.
When I handed in my dissertation, it was lockdown. That was,
okay.
Yeah, so I had to do.
Oh yeah.
I had to do. Do you remember that?
Way back, way back in 2022.
It was 2020 was the
was the
December
start of it,
2020 was when I handed it in, and it was like the mental like the mental
Strain.
fuckery basically that was
the title.
getting up in my room and then moving from my bed to my desk and then typing and doing that and then just basically going back to bed.
Yeah.
Like doing that was so hard. Like, like
For like days and days.
days and days. And then the last week I think I was up for maybe like at least like 30. It was like a crazy amount of hours that handing it in, and I felt so stressed I couldn't eat. All I could eat was like cucumber and white bread, like cucumber sandwich basically. And then I would have that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've heard of them. Yeah. What did I get wrong?
Sorry. You just,
Student building.
so you,
We were eating these like cucumber with bits of bread around them.
Yeah, so you just get some bread. It's really easy to make. You just get some bread.
Okay.
A bit of butter if you want, or mayo if you're crazy, and then put some sliced cucumber, or you could do whole.
Mayo is crazy.
In my head,
Yeah.
it's not a sandwich. Like, I know it is, but I'm like, cucumber sandwich is not a sandwich.
Cucumber sandwich is a sandwich.
It is a sandwich.
Famously.
It literally is.
I don't like. I don't agree.
Okay.
Well, anyway, that's. I
How's
would
it like
have
being
that.
on your own?
Sometimes it's the bravest. It's the bravest place you can be.
Yeah. All right,
But yeah, I would eat my cucumber and bread. And then that was it. And that was like, honestly, it was like nibbling in the punt. I think it took me like 2 hours to eat the sandwich because it just felt so sick. Then I handed it in. And then I had to go straight to work because I was working in a corner shop at the time.
Oh, the mad corner.
The mad corner shop. And then the amount that
Why
people.
is it mad?
Oh, it was definitely a front for stuff, and I didn't really get paid. I just was there, and because it was lockdown, I was just like, yeah, just pay me whenever. Don't worry, don't stress about it. Because every time that I asked them to pay me money, the guy would throw boxes of crisps at my head.
Yeah, I don't mind not getting paid. But
Yeah, so now I understand why I couldn't remember what cucumber sandwich was. I got
'cause-
brain damage.
You got brain damage from the
Yeah.
crisps.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I bet the amount of people that like walked out of that shop with like packets of fags and like alcohol, just like that, I was probably like not even scanning the stuff. I was just making the noise, letting them go. I was so tired.
Well, no wonder they didn't pay you.
Yeah.
You were costing them a fortune.
Yeah.
It's like, sorry, if we were to deduct all the cigarettes you're going to for free,
Yeah.
unfortunately, you actually owe us
Yeah.
money.
Yeah, had a can of gin and tonic on the way home, and I lived like 5 doors down.
Chugging it.
Yeah. And then me and my flatmate drank a bottle of prosecco to celebrate.
Congratulations.
Wow.
And then I also got
To
first.
celebrate the gin.
No,
I think you could have
Smash that in 10 yards. Have a bottle of bubbly.
no, to celebrate the handing in of the dissertation that happened
But
that
the thing
morning.
about, you handed in the dissertation and you got it done in the last week, but you worried about it for months.
Worried, like
Yeah.
genuinely worried, sick
Yeah.
about
Did
it.
you ever?
did
Did
they
you
do
worry
it?
at any point?
Yeah, worried the whole time.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I'd worried the whole time, but I just
Yeah.
I just went away for a few days, had to buy a plane ticket. And I've known that I'm going away for 6 months. And then I ended up buying the plane ticket the day before I went or 2
my
days
God.
before I went. And I
Yeah.
worried about it for 6 months, just thinking I got to buy a plane ticket.
Yeah.
And then eventually I just did it and then I went and it was
was
fine.
Is that a feature of ADHD?
I think so.
Because I am convinced my husband's got it. He's never
You
been.
think you have it as well, no?
No, I don't. I think I'm just lazy.
Okay.
But I think Jeff genuinely has it because he's terrible for that sort of stuff. Like
Yeah.
he's very
Sometimes, I didn't notice it in myself. I noticed I was struggling and everyone was going on about ADHD and I was like going, we all struggle. We all have difficulty getting off our ass and doing stuff for 8 months and then we can't do it. We've all let our career go into the shitter because we've all done. And then you go like, oh no, that is ADHD. Oh, right, yeah, no, me too.
Give me the pills. Yum, 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 yum.
Yeah, it's good.
Do you take medication for it?
Yeah.
And does it help?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
I wanna try it to see if I'm like, oh, this is.
Well, the ADHD,
I mean-
the ADHD medicine's all right. I bet finally I forget to take it. But the bipolar medicine was life changing.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So that was sort of
Does
like,
that just like balance you out?
yeah. Well, they're antipsychotics. So,
Has it affected
Delicious.
your performance in any way? In terms of as a performer,
I'm
like as a
so
comedian?
much more laid back.
Okay.
And I'm happy on stage.
Oh, that's
Great.
brilliant.
And I can flip in between like being horrible and being kind of like gentle and everything quite, because I'm always happy and I'm
Sure.
always, I used to be incredibly depressed and, mentally ill and struggle. And so whatever shows I was doing was the best I could do at that time. And now I feel like I've got a lot more control. Part of the worry about taking meds is if you're creative, is that
It'll
you'll
take
lose
something
it
away, yeah,
or
yeah.
you lose your superpower. And I think I have lost a bit of that kind of like urgency where I've got, because, I have to be on stage
Yeah.
before I know that I can do the gig, or I used to. I used to have to be kind of like, I don't know if I can do the gig. And then I'd be
Until
on
you're
stage
doing
and it
it.
was fine.
Yeah.
But now I've got a lot more, not confidence, but I'm a lot more relaxed about it. And I know that the day after, so the bipolar meds, I was on antidepressants, which which slows you down, and it made it worse. And if I had depression, it would slow me down, and that would make me feel better. but because I had bipolar, I needed
Sometimes,
basically, or ADHD, you need speed to sort of like, like speed to like speed you up, and then you kind of like catch up with yourself.
Yeah.
So the antidepressants were like killing me, and then as soon as I went on the bipolar meds, it was like, oh my God, I've got control over it. Yeah, absolutely. And then at the end of the year, I did the ADHD stuff, and yeah, I think I took the pill, and then within about 20 minutes, I was thinking about, I can put the laundry on.
Whoa. Yeah, I need
Absolutely. Go past the laundry and not go, God, you stink.
Yeah.
Why have you done the laundry?
I wait until all of my clothes are dirty before I do the
That's what
laundry.
I do.
And I've got a lot of t-shirts.
I've got so many. Well, I just buy clothes if they're dirty. Just buy new clothes. I don't need to wear these socks again.
Yeah. I wish I had that.
This is such a weird, deep reference. Not a deep cut. It's wrong. It's just a weird reference for me to make because we've never talked about her ever. But I'm pretty sure Gemma Collins is on record as saying she's never worn not a new pair of pants in her entire life.
Wait.
The GC. I believe that she is on record as saying that she has never worn a pair of pants more than once. So every pair of pants she wears.
Hate that.
Oh no, I'm not saying I support it. I'm just saying
she makes every pair of pants last a month. That's the problem.
that's what she does until.
That's
If you don't take them
Turns
off,
around, flips them inside out. Yeah.
There was one of those families in America that's got like 1 million children, and there's TV shows, a documentary about them,
Right.
and they did just buy new socks for all the kids all the time
Well,
because it's too much to wash.
Justin Bieber was saying that he gets sent so many socks that he never wears.
doesn't-
He just throws them out at the end of every.
Wait.
Socks is so random.
Yeah,
Well, socks are just like, fuck them.
bit of shit in it.
You could
You're
you can
crazy,
now buy Stand Comedy Club themed socks.
Good
Yeah.
one.
I don't throw away my socks unless they've got holes in them.
I've started repairing my socks with holes in.
Like darning them, like old school, like pre-war.
I've done like 2 pairs.
You're kind of. Oh my
Well,
God.
wait until you do 3 before you start posting about it.
Can I
What?
I've just noticed green sock, purple sock.
Oh wow! Look at
Wow.
that! Wow,
With the green v purple side.
Mine are Leonardo from
Off of the
Teenage
Turtles.
Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Do you have
It's
4
Tweedle.
pairs, one for each?
Yeah, 2.
Have you got any splinter ones?
No, I don't have Splinter ones, and
Splinter?
I don't have April O'Neil.
Because you would feel like we could if there was 7 things, like
Oh, for
4
each
turtles,
day.
Splinter, Shredder,
Oh,
and
for
April.
every day of the week. So yeah, you'd have Michelangelo, Raphael, Leonardo,
is what-
Donatello.
who is what
What
day?
are you asking?
What
Yeah,
day?
what are you
Who
asking?
is what day?
Michelangelo's a Friday.
Michelangelo's the party dude,
Yeah.
so it's got to
Okay.
be
He's
a Friday night, baby.
Like, Leonardo is Monday, right? Because he's like, come on, guys, let's get to work.
Donatello.
He's a Wednesday guy because
I
like
thought
he's
maybe
He's
Tuesday.
chill.
no, because he does machines. So like he's working in the middle of the
day.
week. He's like, great, I got loads of time left in my week. I've had stuff to do.
Whoa.
I'm still going. Donatello is all about working. He's a grafter.
Raphael, well, that gives him a Tuesday or a Thursday, and I think the 4 turtles have to be together, right?
So we're not giving him the weekend.
So why don't we give Michelangelo Thursday? Because that's when the weekend really starts.
That's true.
Right?
Oh,
It's a student night.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Raphael is kind of like, he's the pissed off one, right?
Yeah, he's like a sort of rebel.
Tuesday's
Because it's
like,
like, oh,
God,
there's
it's
still
so
so much.
far away from the weekend.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Then you got
So then who are we giving Friday to then?
Friday, that can be April.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
go
yeah.
out with April on Friday night, have some fun.
And then I would say Splinter might be Sunday.
Oh, I
Because
was
it's a bit of a
thinking-
holy day, and the man is like a sensei,
Yes.
and he's very, thoughtful, meditative.
Or it's the worst
100%
day of the
agree.
week. It's the worst day of the week, and so it would be
Is it? Do you
Shredder.
actually
yeah.
think it's the worst day of the week?
Sunday is definitely the worst.
Do you not
day of the
remember
Oh, really?
like this? This
week.
is
What's
very
the worst day
specific.
of the week?
Thursday.
Sunday's not great. Sunday's like
No, Molly loves Thursdays.
I
third
still
person?
think Thursday's bad because when I was at high school, my rota in
like
like
double
5th year
maths or something.
was like a terrible day on Thursday, and it stuck with me.
okay. Well, that's not a universal experience.
I think Thursday's my favourite.
Thursday's pretty good. I quite like a Thursday.
I like Tuesdays because I had art on Tuesdays. Still,
What's wrong with you?
But I thought people used to talk about Sunday being like in my head. If I hear the song Heartbeat. Da, 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 that reminds me of Sunday night when my mum was watching that program Heartbeat
Okay.
on the fucking telly, and I was like, I've not done my homework for tomorrow. It's gonna suck. I've got to go back to school.
I have that feeling every Sunday that there's pit in
What
my
have I not
stomach.
done?
But
It's
even
just
though
like,
you
I
don't
haven't
work
done
like
it.
that anymore.
Yeah.
But that's
Yeah.
I'm with
That's
you. There's a
sad.
sort of weird melancholy vibe you can
feel
get if you think about things in
you
a
feel
certain
like
way.
the world is ending
Yeah, I'm
on
with you.
Sunday night.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
just like, oh no.
What did I do with my weekend? Oh
That's
no.
so sad.
And then you're running out of time, and then it's like Sunday. And even if you don't have work on Monday, it's just sort of like, oh, Monday, oh, I've got Monday tomorrow. But when you're in Monday,
You're fine. You're
oh,
fine.
you look forward to Friday.
Yeah.
true.
With the
Friday,
week is-
I'm in
well, it's
love.
begun. Oh wow.
That
Fantastic. With Rob Otton, I've heard.
song. Yeah. No, I'm not in love with Robert, and I just love Robert.
Okay, fair enough.
I mean, I'm scared to look in his eyes in case,
He's just going
in
to
case,
Mesmerising.
in case he gets
He'll
me
get
as
you.
well,
He'll
yeah.
get you.
No, I love a Sunday. I love a Sunday morning.
Sunday morning.
Really love a Sunday
I was
morning.
thinking, easy like a Sunday morning.
Do you need it? Yeah. If you ever need any backing singers,
Yeah.
just let us
We're
know.
here.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah,
Do
we're
you
actually
know anyone?
Okay, I thought we were getting along, but that's fine.
No, we are getting along. I was being cruel.
I know.
Oh, I can't wait for you to be my backing singer.
Yeah.
Tonight, are
I've
you
got.
doing-
I'm
Not tonight.
I brought my sparkly hot pants for nothing.
Not for nothing.
Not for nothing.
Not for nothing.
No, I love a Sunday morning because I like having a lion, and I feel like a lion. I like having a lion.
Wow. You love that.
I like having a lion.
gentle comedy.
All of these amazing comedians, and you're like, oh my God.
I have-
Lion does sound like lion. What's that? The Sean Walsh had a show called The Lion King. It's all about him having a lion. I imagine. I didn't see that
Probably,
one.
yeah, I didn't see that one. I feel like Sunday is a good day to, just do whatever you want. Day of rest.
Yeah, but I
But with
kind of
the-
do
with-
that every day.
yeah,
Okay,
That's true,
okay,
that's true.
okay.
In
Yeah,
a
that's
way.
fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah. What Sunday roast though? Do you like Sunday roast?
Love
I
a Sunday
love a
roast. I
Sunday
make
roast.
a killer Sunday
what's your
roast.
Sunday roast?
I would
What's your
do
choice?
gammon.
Gammon.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Gammon. I make genuinely such good roast potatoes. They're so crispy. I cook them for
What's
so
your
long.
secret?
My secret is I'm not
Kissing them.
No, I don't. No, I'm not saying my secret. I'm
Oh
not
well,
saying
you
my
should
secret.
roast this rug up. Yeah.
My secret is just cook them for a really, really, really long time, and I've got some extra little stuff, but I don't want to say on.
Whoa.
Wow.
Yeah, roast potatoes, gammon roast potatoes, bread sauce, please. Yorkshires if you want, but I'm not necessarily that fast.
Oh, okay.
And then
Vegetables of any sort?
veg. Yeah, you can have some carrots on there,
Okay.
broccoli. I
a
could
big
do a
broccoli
good
man.
cauliflower cheese if I'm not doing bread sauce. I like cauliflower cheese.
God, right. So you do it a lot.
Well, I don't have it very often. But if
like
I
when
go
you
all
do it,
out,
like if I'm like sometimes I'll cook Christmas dinner.
Yes.
And I'll do
yeah,
everything.
You got it.
yeah.
Christmas.
Yeah.
I make a Christmas dinner, one for my friends and then one with my family, and then I usually do go all out for that.
Sure.
Yeah,
Christmas dinner is class. I mean, that's not a controversial thing, but it is amazing.
Oh, I forgot pigs in blankets and stuffing.
On a regular roast, you don't say them for Christmas.
Pigs in blankets for Christmas,
Yeah.
stuffing, regular roast.
Right. Yeah.
I would say-
I'm a big fan of gammon.
Yeah,
I bet gammon is a wild
it's
curveball for me.
It's not because, well, it is in a way because what you have your lamb, you have your beef, you have your chicken, right?
Who's this character?
Sometimes you'll have your pork, right? But then gammon is like, oh,
This is the insight to the show tonight.
it's like a chunk of
More stuff.
bacon.
We're going
It's
attack.
Chunk of bacon is good.
Yeah, it's so salt. You'd hate it. You don't.
Yeah, I'm
like
too
salt.
vegetarian for this conversation.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Right, what do you
Nut
have
roast,
on a Sunday
butt roast.
I don't really. I just don't really have a Sunday roast.
I don't like Sunday roast.
You really, really, really.
lamb, you got your beef.
Shit, yeah, but I know what a Sunday roast is. And also,
I don't know what
I'm a
bread
very
sauce is.
compassionate and empathetic
Yeah.
person.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to let
Yeah.
you have a chat.
And do you know what? You really made me feel like we were in that together, and I really appreciate that.
Well, yeah, but I will occasionally have a roast, but I find if I'm there,
It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
it's a lot of effort.
It's a lot
Tell
of
you
work.
what else is also too much work to cook is an English breakfast. Like I cooked.
Oh, so many
for-
elements. There's so many
It's such an
elements.
effort to
Frying's
get everything.
easy.
No, to get everything out at the same time and hot.
Here's
You either
a thought, a cultural thought.
No wonder Little Chef closed down.
exactly.
So
Too much
stressful.
effort.
Sorry to.
no, you can.
I've got a Little Chef anecdote. Can I say it?
Yeah, sure, but I'm aware that it's the second time we cut you
Oh,
off.
It's
I'm
okay
so
though.
sorry.
I cut people off all the time. It's fine. I'm a monster.
Once my family went to Little Chef on the services, and my mum, whatever my mum ordered, it came with a side salad, and there was an oak leaf in it.
Is that poisonous?
I don't know.
An oak leaf.
Yeah, like the little curly.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was an oak leaf in it.
I just need to correct myself. Little Chef didn't close down, did it? Happy Eater closed down.
Little Chef's
Little
done.
Chef, there's like one left.
Did Heston Blumenthal not try to bring back Little Chef and then that didn't work either? Even Heston couldn't fix it.
What was your thing?
I was going to
Hang on a minute. I don't think an oak leaf is poisonous.
But it's not a traditional salad
You better-
component.
You shouldn't eat an acorn.
Is that what I'm thinking
Because
of?
the tree will grow out your head.
That is true.
You're joking.
No.
Oh my god.
That's why you have to be careful with like watermelons.
Oh yeah.
Watermelon
Or your
going in your
pips.
stomach.
You go watermelon. in your
I
tummy.
don't want to eat an acorn. Thank you.
Yeah, well, you know.
Don't.
I wouldn't.
I was going to say,
Yeah.
having when I lived in
Oh,
England,
hello. Look who's piped up.
when I lived in England for a little while, the English are fantastic at roast. That's just a fact. You can't get a roast anywhere. Like I feel like no matter where I was,
I bet
you
you're-
could just go to like a
Toby
local,
Carvery.
Yeah.
like no, but I'm talking like you go to like a local bar somewhere, like in the pub, class roast dinner, and it was always good. Whereas I've struggled even living in Glasgow to get like a really good roast. It's quite hard. You have to
Come
go
to my house.
but you have to specifically go somewhere for it. Whereas most places, you just like, yeah, we got a roast. And it was always
Yeah.
like incredible.
Yeah.
Whereas on the flip side, chippies are better in Glasgow.
Yeah.
I bet you're
We
in
do
Scotland.
far better. Our chip
Scotland.
shops, chip shops in Scotland, you guys can't deep fry shit. But my God, you can roast it.
We're trying to remember last time we went on tour. I can't remember where it was. I think it was Glasgow. We got this thing where you had chips, cheese, kebab meat,
Yeah, Donna. Yeah.
cheese,
Yeah.
chili sauce.
Oh yeah.
And it was like, oh my God, that's the nicest thing I've ever
It
had.
is so
I've
good.
tried to recreate it in England,
Well, get it tonight.
but
should.
we will.
Good.
Is that a thing around here?
Yeah.
So it's Glasgow.
Chip
Chips
cheese Donna.
and
It's really
Donna.
common.
Can I tell you an absolutely disgusting Toby Carvery story?
Yes,
please.
It's disgusting.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You're like, yes. Yeah. So I was in a sitcom called Uncle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to ask
We
you about
know.
it at some point, but you've done it
Well,
yourself.
I'm going
Thank
to
you.
tell you a disgusting story about it. So on the first series, we had to film. I think it was the second episode, and it was a party. There was a children's party, and because it was a children's party, we were filming on location in a house, just a regular house. Yeah. And there were all these kids extras, and there were lots of parent extras, and there was all the crew, and there was most of the main cast. So there was about 60 people in this tiny little, just little, like a 2-story house, and terraced house. And so for lunch, what they said was, what we'll do is we'll go to Toby Carvery because it'll be easier than doing like 60 individual meals.
Right.
Yeah.
Everyone will just have a Toby Carvery or you can eat buffet. And I never eat on set because I find that it slows me down and makes me tired. So I
Yeah.
tend to not eat all day, and then at the end of the day, I'll have something to eat when I get home. So all of these people were seeing this as like, we'll eat as much as we can because it's for free.
Yeah.
So that's what they did. Everyone ate as much as they could at this Toby Carvery. And then we got back to work in the afternoon. We had one toilet.
Oh shit.
Yeah, exactly. It was just like, it was like Vietnam. It was literally just 60 people shitting in this, not an industrial toilet, just a toilet in a
terrace
house.
house. Yeah.
Oh my God. I can still feel my eyes burning.
Yeah.
It was just the worst
That's
day.
so bad.
I think we were only there for a day, maybe we were there for 2 days, but it was just the worst day. God, the whole house stank.
Yeah.
So whenever you watch that episode, just
It
know
smells like shit.
that acting is even better
Yeah.
because we're all acting under the fug of 60 people's shit,
That's crazy.
59 people's shit.
Yeah. I went. I studied film at uni, and there was a film that we did. That was the producer was like, yeah, I've got a location for it, and it was just his grand's house. So we went there, and he was like, yeah, no, we don't need to spend, we don't need to like crowdfund for a budget for food and stuff because like I've got it sorted. And it was literally just like she was just making us stuff. But there was this person that came in. I can't even remember her name, but she basically had said, that she was like gluten intolerant or something. And then she came around, and then she literally was the first person to the buffet table, and she was going like ham on the sausage rolls, the quiche, everything with gluten in it. And she was like, yeah, the thing is like, you know, like I feel like today I'm just, you know, not
I'm not
today I'm tolerant.
Yeah, I've just decided to tolerate it. And then she went to the toilet or disappeared for a bit, and then she was like, right, I'm like, that's my taxi, here I'm going, like left on like halfway through the shoot day. And then everyone was like, oh my God, is she okay? Is she okay? And then we were like, oh. And she had spent, I don't know how long in the toilet, but it was like, she must have been really fighting for her life in there. And
Really
it was,
intolerant.
Yeah, really intolerant. And it was honestly to the point where people were still eating their lunch. So then people started like putting their food down and being like, yeah, I've had enough to eat now because like I can taste it, basically. That was a little joke. It wasn't that extreme, but we could smell it, and it did make our eyes water, and it was really bad.
Maybe the gluten was intolerant of her and was just trying to escape as fast as possible.
It's a lot more poo involved in making television than I expected.
There's so much
Actors
that you
poo.
don't realise.
Yeah.
I've got a bit in my show about it.
Oh my God.
Not about this that I told you, but
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah.
Did you, in that episode, did you punch a child, or have I made that up?
No,
Is that that happened?
he made someone else.
Do you know?
laugh.
Do you know?
I made
You make your.
another child. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, we've
I like
seen
that show. It was a good show.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was good.
I liked it.
Yeah.
How many series were there?
3.
Nice.
Yeah.
It must
I've
be
got
like.
a bit of material about that as well. Yeah.
I'm excited to watch this.
Oh, it's going to be. I'm just going to do bullet points of what we talked about today.
What's it like working with like a kid all the time? You're like your co-star.
When we did the pilot, he was 11.
Yeah. How old is he now?
Well, I'll tell you this.
An adult.
He's 20 years younger than me, so he'll be 25 in November.
That's mental.
That is
This
crazy.
is November. He'll be 25 in a couple of weeks.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday.
No.
So, no, not from me. No, he was very difficult to work with, and we haven't kept in contact. We're really good friends. I love him, and he lives in Brighton now, and I try and see him whenever I can.
That's lovely.
But I am aware that I'm 20 years older than him, so I'm kind of like, I'm there if he needs me. I've let him know that I'm there if he needs me, because I think if you're a child, well, especially if you're a child and you're in the entertainment. Well, he was, he was 11 when he did the pilot, and then he was in the series until he was 15. And it's kind of like he didn't really have much of a say about it, and then he didn't have a say whether the series, finished or carried on. He had to go through school with a fucking bowl haircut, and he's not that kid. He's not that kid. He's a really cool kid.
Yeah.
And so he got bullied at school and stuff like. This isn't for me to say really, but like. And yeah, I think it was a bit of a nightmare. And then the series finished, and he was relieved because he didn't really enjoy doing it. It was very boring making a TV series, and so we were just like hanging around a lot. And his heart's in music, and he didn't have a say over it. And I just think that I've not that I'm a great human being, but I've kept in contact with him just to make sure that. He's all right, really.
Yeah,
that's nice.
I love him. It's kind of like we have the relationship that we had on the TV series, where
You're like his uncle.
I am.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Well, he
so
said that to me once. He said, the thing is, Nick, you're sort of like my real uncle." I love him so much. Why am I talking about that though?
I just asked what it was like making a TV show with a kid.
Yeah, so when he was 11, I'll tell you this. This is so when we did the pilot, it was 2012, maybe 2013. That Christmas, right? So we filmed it in October. It came out in November or beginning of December.
Oh, well, that's
fast.
Really quick, really quick. It was just the pilot. We did the pilot on Channel 4. And so we did that really quick, and then brilliant. When the kid was on set, it was loads of fun. I'd swear all the time in front of him, and we had loads of scenes where we were driving around in the car. And so when you're in the car, we're on a low loader that's like a truck that's driving you around, and I can't drive in real life. So if you ever see Uncle and I'm checking the mirrors and doing the indicator, that's from my mum. She was always like going, "You never believe when they're driving," and so I'm like checking the window. Like, I'm doing. I can't even drive. But you're locked in, and you got these cameras on the doors. and so you can't get out. You're trapped in there. So we'd just sort of like hang out, and I'd swear all the time in front of him. And it was loads of fun. Anyway, that Christmas, after the November or December it came out, with all the Jimmy Savile stuff.
Oh wow!
And then all of like the rules and laws on
Kids on set.
completely
Wow.
changed, right? So when we did the pilot, all the crew were like giving him a hug and like high-fiving him, and he was like, the life and soul of the set a lot of the time when he was on. He wasn't in every day, but and so when all the Jimmy Savile stuff happened and we did the series, the entire atmosphere was completely different, and everyone avoided him like the plague.
That's a shame.
And it was like really kind of like, because it's not worth their job. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And and so like me and him would sort of like sit and have like all the actors that came on set would lump us together. So there'd be me in my camouflage jacket and him in his school uniform, and we'd be sat on a sofa, and then the proper actors would come in and they'd go, and they'd go over and talk to Daisy, who's like a proper actor, and we'd be sat down there going like, these two, we'd get lumped together. So yeah, it was good. Because he was only allowed to be on set for a certain amount of time. They'd do his close, they'd do the wide shots and they'd do his close up, and then they'd wheel him out to do lessons. And when it was my close up, either I'd be acting against like a green sticker, like a green cross made of tape on like a car seat, like there for my eye line, or his mum was the same height as him.
way.
Wow.
When we did the first the pilot and the first two series, he was taller. He was too tall when we did the third series. But when we did the first two series, his mum would wear a little wig and a school uniform.
She was a body double.
And like a lot of the time when I'm talking and you can see him in the foreground, it's her. Like I'm such a good actor, right? Such a good actor. And sometimes you'd see him queuing up for lunch, and you'd go over and you'd say hi, and he'd turn around and it was her, and you'd go, oh Jesus Christ. Oh, it's like Don't Look Now, the end of Don't Look Now.
Is that the one with the person in the red jacket?
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
Don't
yeah.
look now.
It's like a horror film from like the 70s.
It's a very slowly paced, sad horror film.
Yeah.
With an ending, which you've given
With an
away.
ending.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I've ruined it. I've just
Yeah,
spoiled
it's
the
got
film.
like
Do you know
a-
what? If you've not seen it,
That's
by now,
like
that's
it,
not a
okay.
The
spoiler.
whole film is building up towards this ending, and
Someone's following this person, and like,
yeah, but it's very subtle. It's good. I think it's Brett Goldstein's favourite film.
Oh,
you should
there
watch it. It's worth a watch.
Yeah, if you
Interesting.
respect Brett Goldstein's opinions.
Fun fact.
Yeah. So it was good. It was good working with the kid, but it was difficult with the times. But as he
Yeah.
got older, it was more and more fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always think it's a shame that we finished it when he was 15, because we had a line in the third series which was something like, "You're the one that's snorting coke," and he wasn't allowed to say it.
Oh, what?
So
Really?
he'd have to say, "You're the one that's sorting code," and then he turns. So we finished in October, and then he turned 16 in November. So literally 2 weeks, he went into the recording studio and he looped his lines.
Wow.
And he had to say sorting code in October, and then November he was allowed to come in and say snorting coke.
Wait, is that a law?
Yeah,
That's
that was
so
one
wild.
of the new laws
How
that
do you
came in.
make? Surely that like
Not allowed to swear in front of him, not allowed to go near him. You're not allowed to go
That'd be
near him, but
fine.
you're not allowed to like touch
Wow,
him.
wow.
So if he wants to
Like-
hug you, he can hug you, but you can't. You
Yeah.
can't start it. And also, so I kind of gave him those sideways hugs and stuff. But
wow. I mean, it is obviously for the best, but it's like
Yeah,
the
obviously.
restrictions.
Yeah.
are-
it's because
Sad in a way as
but
well.
it was really. I think it was really difficult for him, and it was sort of miserable. And
Yeah.
and we would literally just be stood around for hours waiting to do our scenes,
Yeah.
and then he'd get whipped off, and then. But yeah, so he'd have to come. So when he turned 16, then you can start having scenes where you're talking about sex and drugs in front of
Yeah.
him, and that's what the show was really about.
Yeah. An inappropriate uncle.
An inappropriate uncle,
Yeah.
and because of the laws, it was impossible to do that. And it was kind of like, well, this is nuts.
Yeah.
So when he turned 16, you're allowed to do all these things, and I was like, well, that's when the storylines can really take off.
Yeah.
But it never happened. But
Yeah.
yeah.
But I
Bloody
really like that
BBC.
sitcom.
Well, no, we cancelled it ourselves. We didn't get cancelled.
Bloody Nick Helm.
It wasn't my decision. It was the writers and the directors, and they were like, "We're not going to make any more." And it was just like, okay, fine. But I was like he's going to go to uni soon. Surely that's a series.
Yeah.
And I was
Well,
always
they
like,
might be bringing back the In-Betweeners. There's always time
Oh,
for to
God,
bring anything
really?
back.
yeah, and then bring back open all hours.
With
Fucking hell.
the same people.
Yeah, I think the In-Betweeners are coming back. Yeah,
It's like an early thing that we're talking about. That like
Yeah.
I think they've been given the writers have been given the right to do it again if they want to, and they've gone, well, why wouldn't we?
Why wouldn't we?
And I think there could be mileage in that. I
Yeah,
think that
yeah,
might
yeah.
work if you have them
it'd be
going,
great.
Like
going on a
loser
stag
adults.
do or something. Like you can see that happening.
Yeah.
And Malcolm in the Middle's coming back, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, but
And
without
they've
Dewey.
They've all
Yeah.
grown up.
Without the younger one.
Oh,
But I've
really?
seen who they've recast the guy with, and it's like they've found a guy. It's like
Really?
could really be
I thought
him.
it was him. I thought
So
it
it's
was
all of them except the youngest brother.
Right, yeah.
He's not. He's quit acting, and I'm not doing it again. So they found someone else.
Fair.
him. Yeah. I mean, I'm always up for doing more.
Yeah.
But you know,
I'll see what I can do.
But I'm also fine that it's not a thing.
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
for sure.
people come up to me all the time about it, and it's kind of like. And at first, it was like, ugh.
Yeah.
And I'm more than the sitcom. I've been a comedian for 20 years, and now I just love it. And
Yeah.
you know, I just think anything that you do that people like
That they
is
like.
kind of.
Yeah.
I guess
I
as
appreciate
an artist,
that.
it's kind of what you're aiming for, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
great. And also, the thing is that as an artist, you're not in charge of your own hit singles. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
So you'll
Oh,
just
yeah.
create stuff and people will latch on to whatever it
Yeah.
is that they like.
Yeah.
So I've got songs that people are like, oh, that's my favourite song. And you kind of go, I don't even remember writing
Yeah.
that. And, you know, and the stuff that you love the most is the stuff that no one gives a shit
Why
about.
is that the thing?
Yeah, Radiohead, just play Creep, okay? That's what the people want.
But it is always like in all creative things, the things that you spend the least time on tend to like do really well.
I would sort of I did a song called my first big song that I did was called "He Makes You Look Fat," which I wrote in 5 minutes, and it was like I did it on Russell Howard's Good News, and it was like this big thing, and then I sort of like changed my stance on how I felt about the song, so I stopped doing it. But it's a self-deprecating song.
Yeah.
It's all about how if someone stood next to me, they'd look incredible. But it's like preying on someone's insecurities. It's great. So I wrote that in 5 minutes. But there's a couple of songs in this show. One of the songs in this show, I wrote the track for in 2013.
Oh wow.
And I've done over the years, I've done something like 13 or 14 complete rewrites of it. And then I got to a point where I was just like, I need to get it. I've got an album coming out in the new year. And I was like, I need to get these tracks. There's another track that's almost as old, and I need to get these tracks finished so I can move on with my life. And every time I start a new album or start a new project, I get them out of the drawer and I'm like,
See if you can fit it in.
So what I did was I just went through all 12 drafts and I just took the lyrics I like the most out of each one and I just put them in the song. And then I sort of like smoothed it over.
Yeah.
And then I've got this song, which is kind of, you know, it's an amazing song, but it's taken 12 years to get there. And then some
That's
of them,
so
you know,
cool.
you just write in an afternoon. and
That's
like,
it's mad.
I guess it's because you don't know what whoever's listening to it, you don't know what they've gone through at that point and like where they're at when they listen to certain things or they're like consuming the media.
Yeah,
So,
you're not in control of like,
Yeah.
how they.
Once it's out there.
You've got to give it away to people,
Yeah.
and some people, and they'll bring their own lives to whatever you
Exactly.
do, and they'll interpret things differently. You know, I have people coming up after the show and they're going like, "Well, this means this and this means this," and you're kind of like, "Well, I didn't intend that, but it's great that you can take that." But I was going to say something, but no, it's gone. But yeah.
nice.
Now
I like
we've all gone
Uncle the
quiet.
sitcom.
You liked Uncle the sitcom,
Yeah.
yes. Yeah, do you
Yeah, I
have
did.
any questions that you want to ask me about it? No, you got me here. Put you on the spot? No
Do I have any
questions.
questions? No, I think I was going to say that I think that British sitcoms and British sitcoms and comedies are leaps and bounds funnier than American stuff. And I know it's hard to compare, but I just think like looking back at sitcoms that I grew up with or stuff that I've seen and that like particularly In-Betweeners or something, that I will always be laughing at that. Like I will always find stuff funny about it. And I feel like the sitcom, like British sitcoms are really good at like taking the piss out of themselves, maybe.
Yeah, I think what we do in England is we can sort of like create these like monsters that don't really have any redeeming quality
yeah,
to them,
but
but
people
you
still
still
wanna
like
watch
them
them.
and you still enjoy it. Whereas
Yeah.
Americans,
There's a sincerity to it.
like the difference between David Brent and
Yes.
Steve
Steve
Carell.
Carell. Yeah, you're
It's
right.
like-
You
it's
feel
like-
more sorry for Steve Carell.
Well, they made him
You feel
likable.
he was
He's
more
really
likeable.
likable
Yeah,
and
yeah,
sympathetic,
yeah.
whereas David Brent,
You
you
hate
know,
him.
you're like, oh god, until the end,
Yeah.
and then you're like, oh, I love him.
Yeah.
You know,
Did you ever
And-
see the film they made? One was like On the Road or something it was
yeah,
called.
like, on the road.
I
Life
saw it
on
on
the
TV
Road.
once and I was like, was very sympathetic because you felt just so sad for him. Like just so, I mean, in a way that like it wasn't awkward. It was like, oh, this poor man. So God. And I think that was like, but it took the film before I felt that way.
Yeah. There's also something in American sitcoms and TV shows where they have so many more episodes, and it's like I guess the way that they're funded is different.
Well, it's also to do with writer rooms
And
versus like.
it's just like the process is so different.
Well, in the UK, it's usually like one writer
Yeah.
writes the series, and then in
Yeah.
America, they've got like a
Yeah.
writer's room, and all of them are writing it
but
together.
then also maybe there's something to do, like if 6 or 8 episodes in the series, there's like you have to distill everything into it more. Maybe. I don't know.
Well, I think that
But they're just different.
I think that kind of like a lot of American series, they've got such a formula that they
Yes.
can just crank them out, and you're almost filling time because you're selling advertising space, and they're commissioning like 24, 26 episodes a season. And so they're like, oh God, we're all going to make money off of this. So we've got to keep it going for as long as possible.
Yeah.
Whereas with The Office, you know, they did 2 series and they were like, no, that's it.
Yeah.
We're not going to, and that's 12 episodes,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
or maybe there was 2 Christmas episodes. But, you know, that's it, right? We're going to finish there. And it's not about making the money. And it's about like, we've got a story to tell and
We've told
we've got 6 episodes to tell that story in. And so that's like, and
Yeah.
I don't think like, I mean, I loved Friends when it was coming out, and I didn't really watch it after the final episode. I didn't really watch it again. Sure. And every time it's on TV, sort of like walk past it and watch a bit. But you know, I loved Friends when it was coming out, and I think there's probably another couple of sitcoms. Arrested Development has got completely
that's good.
unlikable
Yeah.
characters.
I love the rest.
And that's
I've
why
never seen it.
it feels so unusual for an
Yeah.
American. They're all
Yes,
so
I think that's
awful.
why I like it so much.
Yeah, it's really funny. I remember what I was going to say earlier.
Oh, good.
It was that you know, I've written this album, and it's very kind of like, I feel like it's a bit. I felt like it was a bit exposing, like it's sort of like,
Vulnerable.
Yeah, like it was about like how I was feeling and how I felt over the last 10 years. It's a double album. So the first album is really depressing and the second album is really rude, right?
Nice.
And my old album was called Hot and Heavy. So this album's called Down and Dirty.
Nice.
So first half is down
dirty.
and the
Yeah,
second
yeah,
half's down.
okay.
I'm going to have like a bonus disc called
That's good.
So the first half is really kind of like, oh God, I was going through it and I've written about it and it's there. And I played it to my friend listened to it and he says, no, I think people they're not thinking about you. They're thinking about themselves and what your words mean
That's
to
so
them.
true.
Yeah.
And they're putting so much on it.
Yeah.
So you can be, I always thought as well that the more specific you are about yourself, the more people can relate to
Yeah.
it.
Definitely,
Whereas
yeah.
if you come out and you're like kind of like just general and you're kind of like going for like mass appeal,
Yeah.
that does work, but you're kind of,
There's not much depth.
Yeah.
you know, like, and I've got no problem with Michael McIntyre, but
I was thinking.
but like he will take a subject and he will just sort of like, you know, like the way people wear glasses. You know, sometimes you wear them on the end of your nose, sometimes you wear them on the top of your head, and sometimes you have a string around them, and you're kind of he's listing all of the different things that you do with glasses.
Yeah.
And everyone in the room
Everyone's
can relate.
like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
I'd seen
Windscreen
that. I do
wipers,
that.
and
Yes.
everyone knows what windscreen wipers are, and
Yeah.
everyone can relate to
Yeah.
it, but it doesn't maybe affect them. And that's not what everyone wants to affect them deeply. They just
Yeah.
want to come out and laugh. There's something out there for everyone, but I'm trying to sort of like, you know, sometimes I will take a feeling over a laugh.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So
Yeah.
you're trying to sort of like create a mood or a tone,
Yeah.
and you haven't really got a joke there, but you've got to say a bit
Yeah.
that transitions over. And
Yeah.
I'll just try and get the stuff out. But yeah, people bring themselves to your
Yes.
work, and you can mean a certain thing, but they'll take it a different way.
Yeah. I feel like I would like to create something where it means something to someone else that's like I don't know what I would do because I'm not an actor. I'm not a comedian. I don't perform. But I would love to make something that someone would connect to, that in the same way that I've connected to other art forms. And that's probably the most sincere I've been on this podcast since we started.
But that must be a cool feeling for you to be able to do.
Well, but the thing is that you can.
Yeah.
We all can.
I know, but I don't.
I was nothing. I was a kid at school, and I didn't have any friends till year 11, and then I found drama, and then I started hanging around with all the art kids and all the drama kids, and I did some school plays, and then I started. I was shit at auditioning. I couldn't learn lines, so I started writing stuff for myself, and then I would perform stuff that I wrote because I was too scared to do other people's stuff. And then that's become like a career. I just kept doing it. And everyone can do that. And it is scary getting up on stage.
Yeah.
And you do it. And if you don't like it, don't do it. But if you do like it, like I didn't have any jokes when I first did it.
I did have jokes, of course I did. I'm being modest.
But I had like 7 minutes and I went up on stage and they were all right. There were 7 minutes that could get me through the gig.
Yeah.
But what I got from the gig was that I loved it. And that I can write jokes later, but you can't write enjoying being on stage. And whether you want to be a performer or you want to be a writer or just you want to paint pictures or be an artist, whatever it is creatively, everyone has the ability and the power to do it.
Yeah.
And I think when you see other people doing it, you think that's an unobtainable goal.
Yeah.
Like when I was young and I was watching Jack D I had all of his videos and I used to watch him do an hour. I think, how the fuck does he remember all of that?
Yeah.
And then when you start doing it, you're not doing an hour, you're doing 5 minutes, and then you're doing 10 minutes,
yeah.
and then 20 minutes,
Yeah.
and then you get to an hour, and people look at the final product and they go, how'd you get there? Well, you get there through trial and error.
Yeah.
And it's just, it's really, I have people that come up to me and they say that they use my songs at their weddings or for their first dance, or I wrote a poem and people use that in their weddings and stuff, and they tell me afterwards, and I couldn't give less of a shit. They tell me afterwards, and it's like, it's like one of the best feelings in the world.
Yeah.
Because you feel, not in like an egotistical way either, but it's like you feel like you've done something right, and
Yeah.
you've kind
Of
like,
worth.
You've put
Yeah.
something in the world
Yeah.
that someone has loved and connected to so
Yeah.
much that they've used it on
Yeah.
like one of the most special days that they've
Yeah.
had.
Yeah.
And it's great. But what I would say is, you have the power to do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't need to even kind of do something and show everyone. You can just work on it yourself,
Yeah.
for yourself. I think that's kind of like the main thing I get from being creative and arty is that I try and do it, especially music. I try and do it for myself because you've got with music specifically, you've got complete control over it. You're in a recording studio. I work with musicians. I've got a producer. I go in with all of the ideas, and I've got like, these are the lyrics, and these are the chords, and this is what I think the drum beat should be, and this is and me and the producer, we sit down and we hash it out and we do it, and like with stand up, it's kind of like, how tired are you? How tired are the audience? How hot is the room? How much
So
are
much
people
stuff you
packed
can't
in?
control.
There's loads of stuff you can't
Yeah.
control,
Yeah.
and you can either be. Sometimes you can have a terrible gig and it's not your fault, and sometimes you can have an amazing gig and you're not really responsible. There's something in the air. But with music, you can sit in the recording studio and you can literally fiddle around with it until you're completely happy, and then you release it.
Yeah.
But there's also something in kind of, I've got to do a song for 8 out of 10 cats on Friday.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I've got a
God,
week
yeah,
to do it,
yeah,
and
you
then
just do the
ADHD
best
kicks
you can.
in, so
Yeah,
you go
yeah,
bang,
yeah,
bang, bang,
yeah,
bang, bang, and
yeah.
then you do it, and it's
Yeah.
just like, I've done that, and it took a week.
Yeah.
And there's probably like a week would be good to finish the song in a week, but 12 years is too much. But I was productive throughout those 12 years, and I've just come back to it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
if there's anything that anyone can take away from this, if you want to be creative, you can be creative.
Yeah.
And the great thing about stand-up comedy, when I started, and I honestly think that anyone could do stand-up comedy with the right thought process and with the right, not even contacts. You just need to know where the open mic nights are and stuff. But I can't remember what I was going to say. Yet. But yeah, I think that anyone can do it, and if you want to do it, you should do it. And you shouldn't ever compare yourself to other people.
Yeah.
You should just do what you do and find your voice. Because I look at this wall and there's so many amazing comedians here, and I just think, well, I'm not any of these comedians.
Yeah.
Right? And I look at the way other comedians work, and I'm not jealous, but I'm in awe, because you kind of like look at the way they work and you go, I don't work like that. And I wish I could work like that. And I've spent years looking at the way other comedians work, and I just think, I wish I worked like that.
Yeah.
And I've finally just gone, no, this is how you work.
Yeah.
There's no one else like me.
Yeah.
And this is how I work, and that's how I put my shows together, is the way I do it. And I've just sort of like over the last couple of years lent into that and just gone, no, this is me, and that's it.
Yeah.
And that's what makes me unique. And we're all unique.
Yeah.
Right? But that's what makes me unique, is the way that I do it.
Yeah.
And so there's no right or wrong way to do it.
Well, that's very inspirational.
It is.
It's uplifting.
I do make, it's really good. Yeah, really good. Like, because I do make, like, the stuff, we're all very creative people working like behind the scenes and stuff. And you're in a band and you do musically stuff as well.
You did the artwork for my band's last EP.
Yeah. And then I also do like some other things that I make music, compose music and stuff. But when I did it, like I did masters. I did a masters, and I never let anyone listen to it. I would just like you had to. There was like a show after every module that you just played your stuff, and I would like never do it because I would if I had to. There was one time I was made to do it, and I like cried in front of everyone as it was doing it, just because I can't like,
you don't want the judgment.
I can't bear the thought of watching someone watch something that I've made, because I've put so much effort and like I really cared about putting it in
It's
stuff.
a vulnerability.
But the bringing it back to not me, the like watching stuff that really makes me laugh, watching stuff that makes like that I feel really moved by is like so inspirational. I think we've said it on a different pod where it's like nothing makes me want to do my own thing and create stuff more than something that I've just watched that's really good. Like a really thought out show, some like really complex like through line, some really good like tech, like amazing songwriting, like that just, I don't know, that is just, all right, like fuck, I need to go and like make something as good as that, or like, I don't know. But
or your version of that.
Yeah. Not
I
copying,
often get
but
that
or
feeling.
using that as a jumping off.
Yeah.
No, but that's how I hear things all the time, and you kind of go, that's good. I've got a song called "Don't Fall in Love with Me," and I got the title from it was the Oscars, and Steve Martin was presenting an Oscar with Tina Fey. And he's halfway through reading out the nominees, and he just turns around to her and goes, "Don't fall in love with me." And then he carries on. And I thought that was such a funny line. And it stuck with me for years.
Really
and so then I wrote a song called "Don't Fall in Love with Me," but it's based on David Bowie. He used to just get newspapers and chop them up.
Yeah.
And
hell yeah.
random.
Yeah.
So it's like, there's any way you can do it.
Yeah.
That guy was in, what's the name of the guy you just said?
Steve Martin.
Steve Martin. Was he the one that's in Little Shop of Horrors?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's the
He's the
dentist.
dentist.
yeah.
Fucking best song in the
I
whole
played
thing.
the dentist at university.
Did you really?
Secondary school.
It's a
I
good
played the
part.
Oh my
dentist. It's the
God.
best part.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
You'll
How did you
be
do
a
that bit,
dentist.
I was just like,
Because I did it.
Oh my God.
When I was at uni, it was one of the first shows I did when I was there, and for the dentist they built him like a fish bowl that went over his head.
oh, that's a
And he
good
wore
idea.
over his head. So like he was
That's
just like
so
inside
cool.
this thing the whole time. It was kind of cool.
I fucking love the Little Shop of Horrors so much.
I'm
so
delighted Rick
much.
Moranis is going back to acting. Isn't that good news?
Well, unfortunately, it's Spaceballs 2, though, isn't it? Yikes.
It might be okay.
It won't.
It won't be.
okay.
But if it gets him back on the horse.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. Yeah, bring him
Have
back.
you
Come on,
seen
Rick.
Little Shop of Horrors?
Yes.
Did you like it?
Yes.
Nice.
The
Love that.
movie.
Yes.
I've
Yeah.
never seen the stage version, but the movie's
Have I seen
amazing.
the stage for it? I feel like they could have done it when I was working at this.
It's quite a
Chinese
popular
theatre.
show.
It's
They do it quite a lot. 'cause
Yeah.
The songs are incredible.
Yeah.
It's
like
just
sort of
it's
doo-wop-y.
brilliant.
It's good.
It's just brilliant. It's
Yeah.
it's beautiful. It's great. And I think that my dentist apparatus
Just
was
like-
very easy to get out of,
Yeah.
and I had to pretend that I could.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Oh, that's so.
What
it's
did
so
you do
good.
your
That is-
dissertation on?
I did my dissertation on. I want to say it in the most succinct way. I did it on fairy tale films.
Fuck off.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
Yeah, I did.
Ask me what my dissertation was about.
What was your dissertation
About
about?
fairy tales and slasher movies.
Fuck off.
Everybody fuck off.
Look at that camera. Fuck off. Look at that camera. Fuck off. No, mine was about child protagonists in fairy tales and that how like directors like manipulate audiences' feelings by using a child as the center of this world.
Right, yeah.
And then like it was I did like Pan's Labyrinth and Devil's Backbone and a couple of other like quite violent movies.
Yeah, sure.
And it was basically the whole thing was like the reason why it works so effectively is because you're watching it through yourself as a child and also with the knowledge of being an adult because you know it's not going to go well.
You don't have the innocence the child
But
has.
yeah, fairy tale, like any kind of like folklore, all of that kind of stuff is like right up my street.
Wow.
Love that.
I did mine on fairy tales and how slasher movies are kind of like the modern day equivalent of a
Hell
fairy tale.
yeah.
Like the
okay.
morality of it. Like Red Riding Hood has to stick to the path, and, you know, and Laurie Strode in Halloween, she's the good girl.
Yeah.
But all the girls that go out and do drugs and have sex,
Yeah.
they all get killed.
Oh my
because it's about like instilling morals into children.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's what fairy tales were. And
Yeah.
they've developed into these.
Yeah. It's very similar.
Amazing. But also like how everything became sanitized with Disney.
Yeah.
And they
Like
all
the
go,
grim fairy
yeah,
tales
they all
that
go
turned
through
into,
periods
yeah.
and stuff.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of like you go through cycles where, you know, fairy tales, you had the Perrault, Charles Perrault was it? And he wrote the original ones. And then you had the Brothers Grimm and their ones were really gross.
Yeah.
And then Disney sort of cleaned it, you know,
Yeah.
there was other stuff in between and then Disney cleaned it all up. And then the slasher films came, or horror films came in and the slasher films took over.
Yeah.
And you kind of like have the original cycle of horror films, then you have the postmodern horror films, then you have the found footage horror films. And like fairy tales with each generation, they're kind of like finding a new...
Going from,
They're like...
through word of mouth and
what's
stuff.
got evolving.
Yeah. But can I tell you something which you probably already know?
Oral tradition.
Yeah. So also the so in a lot of horror films or films that like particularly involve children or something. So a trope of a horror film is they hear a noise from the basement, they open the door, and everyone in the cinema or whatever, you're just like, fuck. And like, why is that so scary? It's like a universal thing, like a human experience that you feel like something's wrong in the basement or all of this kind of stuff. Okay. And apparently the theory is the basement is such an unnatural space because you're taking from the earth and digging into it. There's no way to view the earth around you because there's no windows or anything like that. So it feels unnatural, like primally. So as a child, we all have had like similar experiences where you feel trapped under this basement. There's things that you see and you hear because it's an unnatural thing to have done. So now it's become this like common trope to have this like weird creaking noise in the basement, and it's actually like the boiler or something. And it's because it's an unnatural thing that we've taken from the earth, and so it's the earth being like,
I'll buy that.
Yeah,
Whoa.
It's really cool. It's honestly like the link between fairy tales and like the stuff that the seeds that are sown in your childhood is what really makes you feared up basically for
the rest of your life.
But yeah,
Well,
it's
they're
really
meant to
really
scare you
interesting.
into being a good child.
Yeah,
Absolutely,
So
yeah.
then it remains scary for
Yeah.
you.
I'll read your
That's
dissertation.
amazing.
Will you give me the
That's
CD-ROM?
amazing. Yeah. All right. That's mental, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Wow.
We can talk more after the show. Speaking of, we probably need to finish
probably
up
do.
so you can do it.
I had one thing I was going to ask about, just because I was curious about. Was music or comedy? What came first?
Chicken or egg.
Music.
And then when did you decide to integrate that into your comedy? Was it there from the start, or was it something that you decided to bring in?
It wasn't like, when did it? I was in a couple of bands when I was at school, but we gigged like twice. And so I had loads of songs that I wrote, and then I did a play in 2006. Did a song in 2002 in one of the shows. I used to work in a pub, and at the end of the night, there was like some regulars that were really good at guitar, and they would play guitar, and it'd be like, "Hey, well, he's got a name, but I call him Matt, but his name wasn't Matt. It was Bob. It was Bob. But whenever he got the guitar out, it was the Matt show, Bob, and." And then, like, the owner of the pub would get me to play my song. He would sing, like, other people's songs. And I'd written a song and I played my song. And the whole pub loved it. And fucking Matt Bob, he hated me. But yeah, so I did. So I knew that. So I put that song in a show that I did. And then in 2006, I wrote a straight play. And I put 3 or 4 of my, like, proper songs in. It was literally the August before the September I did my first gig. And I did it, and people laughed at the songs. And you kind of go, yeah, well, they're deliberately like that. Because they were so sincere, earnest. And they were like, they were like, oh my God. And I was just like, well, maybe. And I wasn't like upset about it. I just lent into the comedy of it. And then I started doing gigs, and then I had a 20, but I had 15 minutes material. So I put a song in. And then eventually people like the songs more than the talking. So I just did more songs. And now it's like a nice mix.
Nice.
I love musical comedy. We
too.
saw a lot of musical comedy during the Fringe,
Yeah,
actually.
we did.
We did.
What did we do? Huge Davies.
Huge Davies.
Oh, well, yes. Yes, I love Huge.
Me too.
Thank God. It's one of those.
Well, no, I did a 10th anniversary gig in Edinburgh 2 years ago. I did my first album, Hot and Heavy. Yeah, it was 10 years old, and Huge played keyboard. Well, did Huge play? It was amazing. My best friend, David Trent, played guitar, and Elliot from Uncle, the kid, he played bass, did he? And then Huge Davies played keys. Rob Deering played drums.
Oh my God.
Supergroup.
Suze Kempner.
Oh my God.
Kirsty Mann, and I'm not sure if Jenny Bede did it, but they were like backing singers. It was just like it was a super group.
Wow. That's unreal.
It was so
class.
good, and we went out and we did we played the album from beginning to end 2 nights in a row.
Yeah.
The audiences were packed out. It was just incredible, and you get to do it with all your mates. I love being on stage with a band, or just all my mates.
Yeah.
Or I love being in a double act.
Yeah.
You've always got someone to share the blame with,
Yeah.
and it's not like, and it's great. I like being on my own. I can be on my own. That's fine, but I love working with other people.
Bouncing off each other.
I like-
Huge
yeah.
is just
Yeah.
fucking
Love
so
Huge.
cool.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
really
I love
cool.
it.
Yeah. Love him.
I'll be the fun police.
Yeah.
I think we're clumbing to a close.
Clumbing
Clumbing to a
close.
close. We're clumbing to a close.
And I've club.
You've clumbed. Gross.
Before we, sorry, I brought the tone down right at the end there. Before we finish, we have a little thing we do in the podcast. We finish the pod with an icebreaker
Because we're crazy.
because we're crazy.
Oh, that is good.
And so Molly is going to ask you an icebreaker question.
I'm stuck between 2. Can you pick A or B?
B.
Okay. If you were an egg, which one of us 3 would you trust with keeping you safe?
Do you know what? I mean, this isn't a cop out, but none of you. No, this isn't a cop out. I felt like I've been in incredibly good company, and I'd probably trust all of you to look after me.
Oh, that's very nice.
Everyone but no one.
Yeah.
It'd be a very stressful thing to be an egg, I think.
I have questions.
Hang on,
Yeah.
what was A?
Yeah, what was A?
A was if you could dispense something out of your finger, like any liquid out of one finger, what liquid, what finger?
Oh. You do just automatically go
Yeah.
pointer, but that doesn't have to be, does it?
Yeah.
Any liquid.
Any liquid.
I mean,
Don't say cum.
I've already got a finger that does that.
don't say come. That's my one.
My dad's gonna listen to this.
But I mean, maybe something that,
Oh, do you know what?
like petrol or
Yeah,
something that you can make money with.
Piss.
But you can already
You're
do
all-
that.
Yeah, but you
Easier.
won't have to go to the toilet, right? You
Yeah,
don't have to.
you just do-
You could just
yeah,
go
in
to
the sink, right.
to the grill in the street. and
Yeah.
just
Also,
and
if
then-
someone was
and
Into
then-
a bottle.
yeah, into a
Yeah.
bottle.
It'd be
Leave
much
it for 3
easier, much
weeks.
more maneuverable.
Yeah, leave it in my bag for 3 weeks. Good callback.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I'm a
yeah,
comedian, what can I say?
yeah, you're real good. Piss. If
I
I,
thought
could
you'd
piss
say
out of any
cola.
finger, cola.
Yeah.
Or energy drink.
Which finger would it be?
Which finger? Well, that one would be piss, and that one would be cola. Right? Don't get mixed up.
Yeah.
Little treat.
It'd be piss and it'd be cola. I don't know my left from my right.
We have to do that.
Yeah.
That's the cola
That's
one.
cola. And that. Oh my god.
If you do that, it kind of makes a P for piss.
Oh yeah, but then you can't do it.
Yeah, if you do that, including
That's
your
a cue.
wrist, that's a P.
That's
right?
a cue.
Oh yeah,
It's a
So
flawed system.
quite nice. So cola,
It's a flawed system.
cola. What would yours be? Ketchup.
Is that liquid?
It's
It's liquidy, isn't
Yeah.
it? But it's kind of like it's halfway to being a solid, isn't it?
yeah,
In a way,
yeah,
if we think about it.
yeah. Sometimes I feel halfway to being a solid as well.
You've had thinking time.
Yeah. Da-da, da-da, da-da. Yeah.
I was going to say piss. Yeah, I don't know. That's too hard.
It was really difficult.
I was trying to say something funny, but
I'm
Piss is
quite
on- piss and cum
practical
are
about
very
it. Piss and cum are I mean,
yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
two
maybe
is
Is
some-
kind
cum a liquid? If ketchup isn't,
Oh, I'd have piss, cum, and then diarrhea.
What would the? Well, to be fair, what would you?
I'd make my thumb the diarrhea and be like,
Oh, you guys are horrible.
Oh.
You're sullying my lovely question, and I would do umbongo
What
out
were
the
you
middle finger.
expecting? What were you expecting? Umbongo.
Umbongo.
Yeah.
Umbongo would be nice.
Oh, do you know what? I'd have Ribena out that finger
Oh,
and
yeah.
water to dilute it.
Hell
and then you could, like,
yeah.
control how strong it was.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And do you know what?
Water would be the most useful.
I'd hardly be using my water finger. I tell you that.
It would be. It's
Neat Ribena with a water top.
You'd be
Ribena tops.
yeah.
No, water top.
Oh,
Pint of Ribena.
yeah.
With a water
no,
top.
but then you call a lager tops. Oh no, right? Yeah, Ribena tops.
Yeah, I know.
Trust
I'm
them.
right. I invented it.
Yeah, what else do I really like? Oh, Tizer. Do you like Tizer?
Yeah, it's all right.
Tizer's all right.
But Tizer, if it was a Tizer in my memory where the logo's the guy that's
Like,
red and then his face is being filled up with Tizer.
There was a play park in Falkirk that was like sponsored by Tizer, and it had that guy's face just like on the
the
floor of
roundabout?
play park. No, just like on the
because it was
ground.
like dizzy, dizzy, dizzy. That was like their
and
thing.
all the things were like.
I just want fizzy drinks, please.
What does Tizer taste of?
Red.
It's lemon and lime.
Yeah, it's red.
Wait,
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Is it lemon and lime?
And berries.
I'm because the new logo is like a peel of lemon and peel of lime making like a swirl.
I would have sworn it was like blackcurrant or something.
No,
Red
it's
flavour.
lemon and
I
lime.
just thought it was like a generic fizzy.
It's like what
sweet
flavours are
drink.
Amber?
Oh, don't get into
Well,
that.
Amber
yeah.
isn't a flavour. It's just like
It's
sugar.
Amber.
Coke, I
Yeah, but
But Iron Brew's delicious.
Yeah.
it is delicious. Have you
But
tried
it's
the
better
win-
out of a glass bottle, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
See,
then
when-
you can can
see,
you still
whilst you're
return
here-
the
No,
glass
they
bottle?
tried.
No,
Oh,
no,
that's a whole.
they're bringing it back. They're bringing it
that's a
back.
controversial thing to say.
While you're here, Nick,
What have they done?
there's a history of Iron Brew, which is when they brought the sugar tax in, they changed Iron Brew, and everyone got very upset about it. And people were hoarding original recipe, and it was like a whole thing. There was like a period of 6 months where you could pay extra money for like the guy in the shop had like a secret like crate back. Anyway, and then Iron Brew admitted they'd made a mistake, and so instead of like just fixing it, they were like, no, we brought this special recipe out. It was called 1901,
Yeah,
which is just
the
the original
original
recipe,
recipe, Iron Brew.
and you can have it. And it's like full sugar,
Yeah.
but no
Oh,
caffeine.
it's delicious.
Yeah.
And I bought it. We sell it here, so I'll give you a
Great.
can, and you can have it.
Yeah.
I know I love Iron Brew, but Tizer is always kind of like I used to drink Tizer in the 80s.
What?
But,
What's that?
but fuck off. But yeah, I can't. I've had it maybe a couple of times since, and it's like because you always go, oh yeah, Tizer, but I just can't remember what it tastes like.
No.
My grandpa we used to stay like half with my grandparents, half with my mum and dad, and just for a laugh. And my grandpa used to, for breakfast, he would get for instead of like water, he would give us fizzy drinks.
What? Really?
Yeah, so he would give me Fanta fruit twist because obviously
For
fruit.
breakfast?
Yeah, so
That's one of your 5 a day?
Yeah, it was like fruit juice. So I would have Fanta fruit twist, or ginger ale because that was good for your
Wow.
belly, and also Tizer was there as well.
It's all medicinal.
Yeah.
Genuinely, but he I think like I am so addicted to like sugary drinks. Anytime I get thirsty, I need to like have some kind of fizzy thing, and I think it's probably
It's for
because
your
I have it
grandfather.
for my yeah.
I love fizzy drinks, but I think that's an ADHD thing.
Oh really?
I'm never
Sugar.
beating those allegations.
Sugar and caffeine as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've found that since I went on the old fat jabs, I don't crave fizzy drinks the way I used to.
Are you on the fat jabs?
I am, yeah. If you met me about 9 months ago, I was 5 stone heavier than this. In fact, if you watch
That's
back to
crazy.
original episodes of this podcast,
That's a lot.
Really?
Yeah, it was
How are
fun.
you feeling?
I feel fantastic.
Yeah.
Speak to your doctor. If it's not right for everyone, but it was right for me. And I've also made a lot of lifestyle changes and I go to the gym and stuff. But anyway, this is not
We're not
really-
sponsored by
Do you have to
Manjaro.
do them forever?
I don't know. I'm still on them, but I'm on a maintenance at the
You're
moment.
thinking
Yeah,
of weaning yourself off.
I think I was going to come off now and I thought, let's not do it before Christmas. That would
Oh,
be a
yeah,
silly
yeah,
move.
yeah.
So I'm going to do it in January. I'm going to come off and see how we go.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah.
Yeah,
In case
fizzy
if
drinks.
anyone does watch this regularly and go, what the fuck happened to Fraser? I'm not ill.
Yeah, we did have
Yeah.
a big gap.
There's a bit of a
between,
gap
like-
and suddenly I'm like, oh my God, he's wasting
I-
away. I'm like, no, I'm fine.
I would say your lovely message, like very lovely, earnest message about what you would.
Ozempic.
No.
That's what I'm
Ew.
Think of the money I could make.
No.
I'd be
You're
like,
horrid.
People's
That's-
faces.
You're horrid. You're thinking about
Horrid?
making money. I'm thinking about delicious drinks.
It's quite selfish in its own way, though.
Oh.
Other people can have
Yeah.
delicious drinks.
Would you like some on bongo?
Would you?
what I did.
Would you? If I put my
On
fingers in,
bongos,
I
I'm
promise you, this is on bongo. Would you let me put my finger in your mouth?
No, I wouldn't serve it in your mouth.
No.
I would give you it in a lovely
But
cup.
not even. I don't like umbungo.
Oh, sorry. What was it? Tizer.
But no, I don't like Tiger. Well, I don't think I like
Pepsi,
Tiger.
you like-
If I had anything, it would be like a Mountain Dew.
Oh, yeah.
Mountain
That's
Dew.
blue.
That's delicious.
Yeah.
What was your question?
If I had Mountain Dew coming out of my finger, would you let me put it in your mouth? Would you
Was
trust
that your
me?
question?
Yeah.
I can't remember
You had
now.
a question earlier.
Oh, probably.
Couldn't have been that.
Ozempic.
I was saying I would put Ozempic at my finger because I can
I
make money
think
from it.
that's-
And also because it's very expensive. And I'm in a privileged position where I can afford to do it. That's fine. But a lot of people who need it can't afford it. And I'd be like, here you go. Sort you out, baby.
You said you would make loads of money on it. Don't backtrack.
But I could. But for the people that couldn't afford it, I would still help them out.
Okay. Well, I take it back.
Also, he doesn't have to charge them full whack, does he? He can
No,
still
he
make
doesn't.
money by just undercutting the competition.
If I did it for a tenner, I'm still winning.
Don't tell me to shut up.
Sorry,
You've
sorry.
literally brought me on here to
No,
talk.
that was just a really funny way you looked at me.
What was it? You were going to say something really sincere, weren't you?
And that'll be the end. So
No.
carry on. Go.
Well, I was going to say you had a really lovely, if you do anything today, please be confident about making your own stuff. And I would say if you do anything today, have a drink that you really like.
Oh,
Should we finish with some White Snake?
Well, I just think that, you don't even need to have the confidence. You know, if you want to be creative and you're not confident, just
Do it anyway.
Just do it.
something.
Yeah. It's better than not doing anything.
Yeah.
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 I mean it. It saved my life.
Oh.
Being creative is sort of like, it's not just saved, it's made my life. And in times when it's been really dark, it saved my life. And so I just recommend it to everyone. And a lot of, I split a room sometimes where some people hate me and some people love me. And the people that hate you when you do comedy, they're so angry with you. And I just remember that when I was growing up, there was a TV series that I didn't like. I didn't think it was funny. And rather than go, and message them and tell them I thought they were shit, I just started doing comedy myself.
Yeah.
And there's something out there for everyone. And if you don't like something, go and do something that's better.
yeah.
And
That, yeah.
It's not a secret club that you're not allowed to enter.
Yeah.
Anyone can do it.
Yeah.
And if you don't like something, do it yourself.
Yeah.
But don't sit at home and fucking slag off people that are getting off their ass and doing it. If you don't like it, don't watch it. But if there's no one telling you, someone else is, one of the things that you learn, or that you have to learn over your life, is that success isn't a cake. It's not like everyone can take a slice and then it runs out.
Yeah.
It's like, someone else's success doesn't take away from your success. And so, you see someone doing well and then you can also do
Yeah.
well. There's room in the world for everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's not a particular, there's not one way to
There's not
be
one way
successful.
to do it, and it's
Yeah.
not a competition.
Yeah.
And I try and just focus on my own stuff
Yeah.
and not worry about what everyone else is doing. And that's how I do it. That's
What we
why-
can all agree
Yeah.
on is that you will not be successful doing drum solos.
No.
Well, you will is the sad thing. You'll get hired by David Coverdale in a heartbeat. At the hit of the night.
That'll do.
That's crazy.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you so much for coming on.
I loved it. It was great.
Yeah.
I
me
loved it too.